Time and again, we are seeing the chip stocks fall and they are exerting great pressure on the Nasdaq. Sometimes we are seeing the software stocks fall. Like yesterday, we saw IBM fall 25% in one day. So, this situation is leading to great amount of worries. Is this fall a precursor to something bigger to come in times looking forward? Well, this could also be isolated situations because of profit booking, or this could be signifying something much bigger to come in times to come. Well, we have examined the entire situation of the US market, the way it is positioned at this point of time, and I can tell you that this fall in the Kospi and also in the chip stocks, which has started, will have great repercussions on the overall market if this continues to happen consistently. For example, next week also we are seeing a few days where the US markets could be under great pressure because of the chip stocks fall. As we go further, the few months ahead in August, in September, October, there are various periods, and this is a certain pattern and based off certain data which we have managed to put together, which can lead to a situation where the chip stocks can fall quite a bit and can hurt the overall market sentiment. The reason being that it's the overall play on the AI trade which can come into question. Whether this is something that is here to stay or whether this is a short-term aberration that is just profit booking. To get to know more, we examined history, we examined over 100 years of certain patterns, sectors which were doing well, what were the factors that were influencing the sectors, and what caused them to fall, and whether that led to a major fall thereafter. It's, for example, like an earthquake. Before it happens, sometimes you feel tremors very often, finally leading to a major earthquake. And a similar pattern could be developing this time as well. What we are seeing as tremors happening time to time in the South Korean Kospi market, on the Nasdaq, in the chip stocks, and all those could be leading to a very bigger situation, a bigger a fall, and even maybe a crash coming sometime. Can we identify that? Yes. Is it something that can be a pattern, can be deciphered, which can be used for trading and or investments? Yes. That's our entire research going over 100 years. We have been able to figure out when this series of small falls in the tech stocks can lead to something, and also the chip stocks can lead to something much bigger. And you need to be very cautious. Also, another thing that if you were to go through, just look at the SpaceX, just a month old now, IPO. It is almost near its IPO price. Just at one point of time, it was just within kissing distance of the IPO price. Just a few dollars on the higher side. If this goes underwater, then you may see a very, very difficult situation. I'll explain to you why. Because a lot of the floating stock which is there is now beginning to come on stream, right? You are seeing time to time a 20% of the people who were under lock-in for the SpaceX stock, that lock-in is going to get lifted shortly. And then almost every few weeks in the month of August, September and October, you will see another 7% of the stock begin to come. If the sentiment is already souring before all these lock-ins get lifted, then you can imagine what will happen when the entire floating stock starts coming on stream. I would not be surprised to see a certain point in the fall where SpaceX may even be quoting below its IPO price. Now, do I have anything which is not in favor of SpaceX? I think it's a great business model. It's very well. In fact, I commend Elon Musk and his team for a fabulous job. I'm very purely talking from a stock market perspective, from a limited angle. I'm not talking about the business perspective at all. The business is fantastic. The way they have the thought process is fantastic. It's commendable the way they have used reusable satellites in space, the telecommunications, the Starlink is something which is all really incredible. Even the fact that there's a possibility of Tesla coming into the Starlink, coming into the SpaceX fold sometime down the road, all this adds great value. But the amount of euphoria, whether that justified the price at which the IPO came out, it's just a question mark. So people, after opening it, it shot over $200, and that was the peak of the euphoria. Maybe it may be difficult to come back to that level soon. So if you bought at those euphoric rates, then you may be in for some trouble. So my entire analysis is that SpaceX, poster boy of the current, right? In addition to Micron and SK Hynix of South Korea, AMD, all these were, the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index is an ETF. All these were poster boys of a fantastic AI related chip rally. And all this could come into question down the road once the sentiment begins to sour. And what can cause it to sour could be several bouts, several days, when this consistently, what has begun as a small fall in the chip sector, which can turn out to be very quick and very rapid falls taking place over several days, weeks. And that can eventually even lead to a major crash. So be very cautious. I'm not bearish by any means of imagination, but I must caution you that today's recovery also that we saw in the chip stocks, all this and the mid-afternoon fall, all these are tremors before the big major event takes place. To get to know more about the US markets, do join our Prime Plus Telegram groups where we give you forecasts of the US markets. And you can WhatsApp us on 732-732-2720. We would be happy to share with you the exact timelines when all these big falls are expected to take place, and if and when the major fall and crash takes place as well. So have a great week ahead, the rest of the week. I would say that the future ahead for AI stocks will be as sensational as today's Argentina versus England match. And they kept playing, and until the last 7 minutes, one didn't know. So the major events that are going to unfold in the AI related rally that has taken place, you will see it come in a very short period of a few weeks, and that will be the big fall that we are looking for. Happy investing. Take care. Bye-bye.